The very, very first time I was arrested was in 96. I was 18 years old, my man. 18 years. I remember we went to Parkview. Wanted to steal. There was no car to steal, but because we were desperate that night, so one friend of mine decided he wanted to take out the car stereo, the radio of the car. And we in Parkview, my man. That time there was cops, they called them Devil and the Bushy, a Hypner. Yeah. Those were the cops. They knew all the car thieves. They knew all the scabangos that used to come into. Yeah. Those ones, when they catch you there's no way. I remember we were in the parking lot there in at the back of another complex there. This friend of mine got out of the car. He told him, hey, but Ning man, I'm seeing was this. One day, there's all these people is watching us. And it's my first time being arrested. Yo, when I just see here's the thingy of the gun here in front of you. You can't do nothing. We're sitting in the car. But this friend of mine, he saw them in time, got out of the car, but he threw the stereo under another car. And then he got into our car. But when they came, they get out of the car. So they had us there on the stoop there. Yo, hit us there. When you see that long torch, that magnesium, that magnums, yeah, that big torches of the police that they used to walk around. They hit us with that. Okay, they search, they don't find anything. They find the stereo under one of the cars. It was at night. Now they arrested us. Because now they have evidence to say that we were tampering on the car and that, yeah. So I went to Sun City. My first time I was 18 years old. Fresh out of school. Hey, my mother was disappointed. My mother was disappointed. They arrested us. They gave us bail of 1,500 each. That time, all right, there was no money. Okay, but my father put the money together, he took me out. I was there in Sun City for 3 days. My very first time, in 96. And that time, you know, because I didn't believe in these things of numbers and stuff. So you come to prison now, you find, yo, this thing is for real. So that time in D section, when you come into D section, that whole D section is full of guys of AMA 28s. They call them Nongolozas. Yeah, they like to. So I find myself there in that section. But because I'm known, already then, friends of mine from Westbury, my brother's friends and my elder cousin's friends of the fast guns, that was already there, and my cousins, they heard to say that I was arrested. And they came to fetch me there. So I've always been known, wherever I went to, wherever I landed up in, someone always knew me. I was lucky with that. But I was never scared. I wasn't scared to say that, hey, because I knew that, you know what, whenever you do the crime, you have to do the time, you have to pay for whatever you have to do because you know that you're busy with illegal stuff. So, but I was always lucky that I was always somebody that knew me. Yeah, that came there to us, they fetched us, because now these ones already, they took my t-shirt, you know, but they didn't rob me as such. I basically gave it to them because I saw that these guys, they're coming with a style, they want to rob me, but they don't know how to rob me. I just gave him, I said, let's change. Give me your t-shirt, I take my t-shirt. And it was a nice t-shirt because it was a nice, you know, that time mercerized cotton. Yeah, double mercerized cotton. It was a nice t-shirt I had on. Those were the kind of t-shirts you used to wear. Yeah. So but then they fetched us in the morning. The next day they called my name. I just slept one night there in the section. And I was a juvenile that time. So they bailed me out. Came out, I didn't hear. So now my life started as a criminal. So now it just progressed. My mother tried after school for me to do a computer course and what, and she sent me to go do that. But you know, after the very first time I went to rounds, I went to I went to Josie. I stole a Caravel 2.5. So my first pay I got, I was excited. Somebody give me 2,000 rand like that, just freshly out of school. So how, you see, my mind was taken, was captured by that to say that, oh, this is quick money, you can get rich. So then I went to that life, and I've been living that life for years, going in, out of prison, until I got sentenced for car theft. 96 was my first time, and then the next time was 99. 99, I was arrested like 2 times. But in between, I was arrested, but I never went to Sun City. So I would smuggle the case, even Parkview, wherever, Norwood, all these police stations. I used to smuggle, come out, pay the cops, just come out again. When I used to get arrested with car in-brake tools and stuff. So then, yeah. But it was becoming a normal, so they used to know me now. But now, when I was arrested, was in 99. That was now that constant arrest. First case was in Felons. Wanted to steal a VR6 there. Got arrested. Sun City. Came out. Another car, steal another car, VR6. Oh, that was after the peace. And then they shot these friends of mine dead in 99 in the nightclub. They shot Obut and Vanga in the nightclub. They shot them dead there. So the Monday of the, most houses, you must not go speed now to buy clothes and to have how it was there back in the day. So funerals was like fashion scenes. Yeah, you have to come and have a fashion statement when you get to the funeral. So I went there, got arrested, stole a VR6 here in Edgardale, got chased by the cops, 540 chased me, tumbled to the car. They arrested me. I remember I used to have this friend of mine, they used to take me, very first time I stole a VR6, I stole VR6 in my very first VR6 I stole. It was a Jetta VR6. Hey, this friend of mine, he says to me, hey, brah, I've never stolen a VR6 before. He said to me, hey, brah, all I'm going to do, I'm going to lock up the car. And when I lock up the car, and that time it was not that, we didn't have the tool of tracker. So you're going to open up he's going to open up the door, he's going to jump in, he said, I must jump in and pull for him the cable up. And then he will put his hand in and pull the alarm plug. Because he knew. I just went with him because and it was full that day there by it was an event, yeah. He locks it open. He says 1, 2. So now he's gonna open up the door. I must jump in and pull while he's gonna pull. So 1, 2, 3, I pull. He said, whip. It doesn't whip. Off. Fast move. He says to me, jump over. I jump over, and it was automatic. VR6 was automatic, I remember. He says, break the cover. I break the cover. Break the cover. Now, that time I'm still struggling how to take out the ignition plug. And he does it quickly from the left side. He does it quickly, so I see now how he does it. You see? He says, put in the plug. He said, put in the plug. He says, come, let's break the steering. We break the steering. Break the steering. He gets out of the car. He says, start the car and go. Let's go. I start the car. I reverse. But now the steering is heavy. So now I have to go out by the parking. And there by the parking, by the entrance, there's a security guard there. But when I get there, no. And plus it's that cops that's there in the area and the mounted unit. They're also there. I just have to sit straight up, see, put the cover back so that they mustn't see the plug is hanging. Put the key in the ignition like it's the car, yeah. Yeah, just a key there. You just put a key somewhere there. Because now they check, like you pass, they check. So there was keys here in the side, by the side door. So I put the key in. It was a house key that someone put in. Yeah. And the steering is stiff. I went out. Nice past them. They left me. I went out. Home. Yeah, I said. You know that adrenaline rush of stealing a car? It was lovely, man. I used to enjoy stealing cars. I used to love it. But it became my life. And At that time, VR6 was nice. To steal, VR6 was nice to steal. Then after that, I used to steal them a lot. I used to steal them a lot. But then I went into prison. It's a habit because every day you wake up, it's like now, hey, I'm going to work. Like I'm going to work, 7 o'clock, I'm up, 8 o'clock, I'm there in town already, busy bothering the rich people. But because we did it like every day you went out. But there's days that you find, maybe yesterday you stole 3 cars. So today, yesterday maybe you sold 1 or twice, two cars you sold. Then there's still a car remaining. So you can't go to rounds. Then there's a car remaining. You must first get a buyer for the other car. So that if all 3 cars are by the buyer, now you can go back to rounds. So now you just come back and you collect. You understand? That time VR6 was 5,000. When you steal it, it was 5,000. And just imagine a car of 100 and something thousand that time was 5,000 when you come stolen. 6,000. Yeah. When you get a dumb buyer, you can say 8,000. Yeah. But that was the prices. GTI 3, 3.5, 3,000. CLI 3, 3.5, 3,000. CTI 2,500. 3,000 at the top. Golf 2, 2.5, 3,000. Caravel 6,000, 7,000. I have to work every day. So, but if because in the day when you spend the whole week, for the week you maybe steal 10 cars. Think you are 3 men or you are 4 men. No, the weekends. You get to the nice time, you just want to be Mr. Money, man. You spend 3,000 rand in the night at the nice time. Just on alcohol back in the day. You want to batch everyone, buy alcohol for, hey. That's how we used to live, or go to the clothing shops and go spend money. I used to spend money. At the first VR6 that I was arrested for in felons, I got convicted for that one. There was a case of 4 years. 4 years, and my accused got 5 years. Because he was accused number 1. So what happened there is when we were arrested, they found us on the scene. Okay, fine. So now, back in the day, we used to pay lawyers. So our lawyers was Kruger and Duplessis named that time. It was the famous lawyers for that time, for all the thieves. We used to use them. But those people there, you have to be on time with their money. Or else you come into court and they will withdraw. They withdraw immediately. If you miss a payment, they withdraw immediately. So what happened was with us, in my case was, so after I came out of a waiting trial, I was in a waiting trial for almost 10 months in 1992 up until 2000.
Inside prison or?
Inside prison.
At home?
Inside prison. Right after, that time when shot my friends, I went to rounds the Monday. That was the Saturday night, Sunday morning, Saturday night. He shot them in the club in 12 play there. In Hillfox. In Hillfox. You know Hillfox? 14th Avenue? Yeah, there was a nightclub there called 12 Play. So shot my friends there. So the Monday of day I went to rounds because I remember now. Have to, almost like I say. And because it was a car thief and it was a big guy that he shot. So I know there was cars that's gonna be burnt, it's gonna be havoc, you must be nicely dressed and what. So went to rounds the Monday. Stole another VR6 at Gedale. Came, tumbled, got arrested. So I already had that other case of that other VR6. So I was now in prison. I didn't have bail because I needed to first finish one of the cases.
Didn't you get injured?
No injury. And I tumbled because the steering locked while I was turning. See, behind Viking, when you go down behind Viking there, before they built there now, it was a deep ditch and you went up so, then you get that Freedom Park there. Yeah, there. Like I just went up there, but hey, I drove very fast. Well, like I was turning and then the steering locked. So I couldn't bring it back. So I was going for the Mkukus here, because that time it was Mkukus before they built the school and all, before it was developed like that there. So there was Mkukus there. So I told myself, I'm not going to kill people now. Going straight for the people, so I pulled the handbrakes. Like I pulled the handbrakes, the car turned. Like he turned, hit the paving with both the wheels. And then I tumbled. But that car fell on his legs like this. Still idling. VR6, that was a car. I wanted to get out. I got out left side, jump over, and I started to walk. And then the cops came only afterwards on the scene. I walked past them. And there was an old timer that saw me getting out of the car. He called them, hey, come, yeah, Angolo Muntu. Yeah, they came into the car with the rifles hanging out of the vehicle. I looked at them and said, what's wrong with you guys? Hey, you got out of the car, except me. Out of that car, no, you man. I come from Viking now. Don't lie. Get in the car. They load me into the car. When we got to the police station, the owner of the car didn't even know his car was stolen, because when we were already there, when he pulled up with his car, he just pulled up. When we saw the car, we came in, we saw the car, and then he just went in. We stole his car. Half an hour later, they called him to say that, hey, an hour later, they called him to say, hey, your car's been stolen. It's been wrecked. He came to the police station. What do you want to do? I don't even care. He didn't even care, because he knows he's going to claim from the insurance. So, yeah, hey, that was my life. Hey. So I was still attending that other case as well. So while I was inside, so Kruger and Duplessis and them, so they were fighting both cases for me, you see. So the one I told the one that I was arrested, the one that I capsized, that's the one I came off. So then the other one, they gave me bail again, so I came out. But then I was attending the case from outside. And in 2001, my mother died 2001. Yeah, 2001 May, I got sentenced. My mother died 2001. No. 2002, my mother died 2001 in August. 2002, I was still attending the case. So by that time, I didn't go to rounds anymore. So there was no money to pay the lawyers. And then the lawyers, they withdraw from the case. So what happened is that we had to speak for ourselves. And that was the flop, because now my accused that I was with is not so like a, can't talk so like a, the prosecutor ate him up. That's how I got sentenced, because he was contradicting himself, speaking. You know, they catch you on what you said before and what you say now, And there was a choice of going into the box or just resting the case. I said, I don't want to go to. He says, no, he wants to go. So when he goes, automatically I must go. When he get into the box, that prosecutor had a fun time with him. And that's how we got sentenced, And the magistrate was already, because when we were in the cross-questioning, when we were talking, he says, no, I know the case. I see it. And, I can make a judgment based on what you are telling me. But there you have an option. You can go into the box or you can rest the case.
What does it mean when you say rest the case?
It means that there's nothing further that you want to say. Yeah. My friend said, no, he wants to go into the box. And then when he gets into the box, that prosecutor tear him up. That prosecutor tear him up, because now she's using, she's using intellect on him. Yeah. And because he couldn't see to say that, hey, I'm being set up here. That's how the magistrate says, Ash. But when I went, I spoke well, but wasn't enough, because my accused is the one that, and then they say guilty. And they say 1 week come back for sentencing. So we went to Sun City, came back the next week. So my father wanted to appeal, and I said to him, no, man, you know what, just leave this appeal. So they sentenced me 4 years, for him 5 years. I went to Sun City. Experience in prison, it was like home. Because already, like I said to you, like I've been it was like, it's a familiar faces. They know me, all those people there in prison, they know me because I've been waiting trial not so long ago. You understand? So And every now and then I was like 2 times I was in waiting trial. So when I got sentenced, what happens there is when you get sentenced, you can either stay in Sun City or they send you on the draft, to another prison. So our names was on the draft list to go to Brits. Yeah, no, not just when I arrived. Because when I arrived, I was there in B section. We were there. After that, they took us to F section. F section, I was there 1 week, 1.5 weeks. And then the draft came. They said, no, all the 14s, they call you 14s because your sentence is less than 5 years, less than 10 years. You are 14. So I had to go to Brits, 7 of us. But when Brits came, they came with an exchange. They came with only 2 prisoners from Brits to Sun City. So what are they doing? They're only taking 2. They came with 2, they're going to leave with 2. Yeah. So luckily there was 2 boys that was, one from Atteridgeville and another one from Pretoria. So it's close by there because it's Brits. So they said, okay, now you 2 can go. So the rest of us 5 that was remaining, they said, what are we going to do with you? So what they say P4. P4 is where? Awaiting trial. You go back to the trial where you come from, but you are bandit now there. You're no longer awaiting trial, you are sentenced prisoner. So I used to do my sentence there. So you can just imagine, I know everybody, all the cops know me. I had an office job. In P4, the bandits, you have the cookers that dish for all the sections in the prison. Yeah, skipper. You have those guys, the white guys that wear white. And then you have the ones that work on the farm, like, do outside gardening and what. Yeah, and then you have the office workers. So I got the office job. Because also when they take you to the office, they look at your appearance and how you are. Because they want neat people, to work in the office. So I worked in the legal visit office. So my job was to go to the sections and get all of those that is coming to see their lawyers. Yeah, that was my job. So it was like this. Afterrun for me there. I used to bandit liquor, but it was still prison. I was a smuggler in prison. I used to sell dacha. Yeah. No, I was a smuggler in prison. I didn't have time to get into fights and stuff like that. Now, because most of my friends are 26ers, those are the ones that smuggle from my Cassis, from Elders, from Westbury. All of them, they know me. And like what they knew, I also knew. Like with the number, I knew that stuff, but I didn't entertain it, But in their minds, it was like when I came into P3, when I was just freshly sentenced, they thought I was a number. They used to pagamisa thumb for me, but I didn't care about it. I can reply, and then I would reply even in whatever way. Because it's my friends, they know me.
So now,
but they also knew that I wasn't a number.
Okay.
But I had the privilege to be able to speak in their language, like Sabella. I could Sabella, and then I wouldn't get into trouble like other people would. They would get into trouble because you're not a number, but you Sabella. I could smuggle without getting nobody coming to rob me and wanting to take my stuff. I used to supply the guys my friends that used to come to waiting trial. I used to go to the section and give them Zol to sell or whatever. Others, I just supplied them with Zol. And because I stay in the kitchen, because the 3 cells of the bandits are in the kitchen, so you can take them food. So you give them scuffings of food with meat and what. So I used to give them those things. No, I never got caught.
Oh, yeah?
Never got caught. But you know what? There was always that cop that used to say, yo, I know what you're doing. But I never used to get it because even the cops, they used to know, wherever you come, you slap hella. Just give something, 10 rand, 20 rand, you walk. I was the only prisoner in Sun City at that time that could walk around in the they used to call it the spiral. Right, whereby you go to from A1 up until the single cells. You're not supposed to walk in the spiral when you are a sentenced prisoner without your prison officer. That's what you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I was the only one that I didn't walk around with that. with the officer. No, they used to know me. I used to come to any section. They used to open the gate for me without asking any questions. Because why? I used to come there first in the first month. They used to see me coming always with my officer, coming to fetch the prisoners. Because I get the list from the office, I come to the section, I drop the list off by each section, from A1 up until the single cells. So I drop by each sections, A1, B1, C1, D section, A2, F section, A2, B2, C2. And then you go up, then you get the single cells, A single, B single, D single. So you drop the list of legal visit, because now the lawyers are coming. And then when I come back, I drop the list. When I come back with my officer to go and fetch the prisoners now. But at the later stage, they became so used to me, and it was normal. So I now went to go alone and go fetch the prisoners. So I went to each section, I fetch the prisoners, I go with them. I sign you out there by your section, you go with me, I take you there in front. Yeah, you see your lawyer, you come back. Yeah, and now I'm doing the job of warders. So prison was like this for me. I had access to any section in prison.